welcome back. Today I'm talking to two executives from Karuschain who is bringing blockchain to the mining industry, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry, involves a lot of economics, a lot of things that everybody in the world uses day to day. So welcome. We've got Richard Verkley, the CEO of Karuschain, and also Robert van der Zalm, the Chief Financial Officer. So
That's right.
Great to have you here.
Pleasure.
So just kind of give me like a brief overview of Karuschain and what you're trying to do with the mining industry.
Okay. Well, we're trying to help a dinosaur move into the modern age. And you can read surveys and you'll find out that the mining industry itself is the most conservative industry on earth. But it's the one that needs to change badly. And we all have kids about the same age. And ultimately, the mining industry is going to have to address those buyers, those government people of the future. And that's, the millennials and the ones coming up demanding change.
So tell me a little bit about what you're doing. Like, how will this work exactly in the mining industry?
Okay, well, I'll take part of this.
Okay,
I'll throw some to Robert. But basically, industry, government, and the buying public are all asking for similar things. Where did it come from? How did it get here? Was it mined cleanly? Was there slave labor? Is there a green element? Are they putting it back the way that they left it? And really, just 2 years ago, I had a conversation with Tiffany's buyer. They wanted to buy $2 billion worth of green gold, and they can't do it because they can't verify that it exists.
So you try and bring innovation to that. You've got to also ensure that you're bringing something worthwhile for the miners themselves. So Rich has talked to some of the economic and social drivers to adopting traceability of the supply chain. But from the mining perspective itself, they've got big obligations in terms of reporting where their stuff goes or how it's mined, what's in the ground, and blockchain technology is extremely relevant to those processes as well. So driving costs out of compliance for miners, allowing them to prove who they are and what their processes are, and that they are good guys, is also then a big driver for them. That
satisfies the government issues, and it also satisfies the consumer issues. Like, people want to know more when they buy a diamond ring, that it was.
Well, you're right. I mean, this started not long ago, first blood diamonds, and now there's a trend called green gold. But everything is like this, and I think speaking specifically, why all of this is happening now? Why is this change being pushed so hard? And it's just an evolutionary event. We're here at an evolutionary time where things are changing. People have bought into the fact that, yes, actually these things can be controlled. Yes, these can happen. And you know what? Good guys will always be good guys. The vast majority of the big mining industry, they want to be those people. They'd like you to buy their product. They'd like not to go to jail for not mining properly. And blockchain has a way of proving also for them that they have done everything correctly. But what it also does is it slowly pushes the bad players out. Because imagine if you can't get slave labor gold into the market anymore. You can't certify where it's come from. And so just by working with the good guys, we'll just eventually push out the sadder side of the industry where change really has to come.
Yeah, there's no market for that anymore, so they'll move on
there
to
isn't.
something else. You both came from mining, so you see firsthand how the industry needs to be disrupted.
Well, yeah, and not sitting here with us is Professor Jim, who teaches metallurgy and mining, and we have about, I think it's collective 270 years worth of experience right in this business and right at this industry. So we just went about recruiting the best of the best, which, unlike a lot of these fantasy ideas, this is actually a real business doing real things in a real industry, and the industry itself going, well, how do we solve the problem? Because we're getting the questions, and pretty soon, what if we can't send our gold to the refiner? So they want to comply. The guys who don't want to comply are the guys who are going to get squeezed out, and they're actually the bad guys. So it sort of goes full circle.
Okay. But the strategy is very much getting into the miners initially, locking up effectively the source of the precious metals. So you're right at the beginning of the supply chain. And we signed a deal with MineRP. So we've got a big strategic partnership with MineRP, who are probably the biggest software guys for ERP systems to the mining industry, and they bring with them their 250 customers. So our product is already going into production with them. So we should have a massive leg up from that straight off.
Well, very interesting, and it sounds like something needed in the mining industry. So some disruption and good for the consumer and the companies involved. So
well, yeah, and we like to say it's not disruption for the miners, but it's disruption for the chain and it's traveling. For the miners, they're going to look at this and go, this is going to be really helpful to us.
Okay.
And we, the word's used a lot in blockchain, but for for these guys, we're about to make their life simpler and their costs lower, and we're about to help them with their reputation. So it's more of an open hand. But how it travels from there, yeah, it'll disrupt sort of the regular supply chain until everybody sort of plugs in.
Okay, thank you so much.
Our pleasure.
Richard and Robert for coming in today and explaining that. Best of luck to you.
Great,
Thanks very
thank you.
much.
Okay, and thank you as well for joining us. We'll be right back.